Yo, what up folks, MTG here. Today we're looking at Death and Taxes in Explorer. A lot of things applicable here for Pioneer as well, but the reason we're playing the deck is because of Knight-Errant of Eos. There are a ton of different hate bears that you have access to in the format, as you can see a pile of them here, but one of the problems the mono white deck has is getting some longevity and some card advantages, so Knight-Errant of Eos solves all those problems. So it's the new addition for March the Machine, 4 and a white for a 4/4, Convoke, and then when it enters the battlefield, look at the top 6, reveal up to 2 creature cards with mana value X or less from among them, where X is the number of creatures convoked, and then put the real cards into your hand and shuffle. So if you convoke it with 2 creatures, you can find up to CMC2. You can convoke it with 3 creatures, you can find up to CMC3, which covers everything in the deck. Huge card advantage engine. On top of that, we also have Kylo's Reconstruction, which is kind of like a collector company for X. Look at the top 7 cards of your library, put up to X artifact or creature cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield, and then the rest on the bottom. It's a nice mana sink, and just kind of a bit of a Miser's one if I wanted to play one in here. So going down to the bottom then, we'll start there. We've got 4 copies of Skrelv and 2 copies of Selfless Savior. Skrelv has obviously become a bit of a staple in the mono white deck, however, in this deck we want both. Not only do we have a bunch of hate bears, which we want to protect them in the matchups where they're relevant, but also we want more 1-drops so that we have things in the early game to convoke for our Knight-Errant and get them out early. So Skrelv and Selfless Savior kind of protect our other creatures, and then we also have Giant Killer here. Just 2 things. One, you can play it on 1 if you need to, and obviously it is a tapper, which is, sometimes useful, but obviously largely playing it for the chop down, instant adventure. 2 and a white, destroys out creatures with power 4 or greater, gets rid of Shield Dread, some of the problematic stuff. Importantly, also, you can find this off of Knight-Errant, super handy. At 2, and this is where both our creatures are, you can't have Death and Taxes deck without Tharling Guardian of Thraben. The excellent non-creatures cost 1 more to cast. First Strike is like hard to block in combat, yada yada. We have a single copy of Anafenza, kind of a new pickup from Universe Legends, Multifoot, yeah. White for a 2/2 Spirit, and then whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield you control, bolster 1. It's a nice little addition. I thought I'd try one out, see how I feel about it. Then we have 4 copies of Selfless Spirit. This protects basically everything in the deck. Obviously, 2/1 flyer in the air, stop pressuring your opponent, can actually put some damage in over the top as well. Alongside Selfless Spirit, it's a Spirit Brother-in-Arms, I guess it's Remorseful Cleric. 1 and a white for 2/1 with flying, sacrifice the exile target player's graveyard. Obviously, one of the main deck thing for graveyard decks, Greasefang, etc. Sometimes you have it. It's nice, and again, you can go digging for it with Knight-Errant of Eos. And then rounding out the creatures, we have Luminarch Aspirant, which is our kind of power, because we do need to kill our opponent somehow. And then we also have a Phyrexian Invoker with some more on the board. Phyrexian Invoker is one that kind of snuck into the format. ETB, choose an on-land card name, and then activated abilities of sources the chosen name can't be activated. Now, there's a difference here between Phyrexian Invoker and Pithing Needle, because you can actually name mana abilities with Phyrexian Invokers. You can turn off, like, Lana or else, for example, which occasionally is huge and you get people. But obviously, you can't name lands, you can't name, like, Field of Ruin, you can't name Nykthos. Would be nice, huh? Solves lots of Planeswalkers, things like you can name like Parhelion. We have some more on the board for matchups where it's really good, but Phyrexian Invoker is a nice one in the format. And then we have 4 copies of Ossification, kind of our removal. We have 4 Ossifications alongside 2 Skycave Apparition and 2 Brutal Cathar. Ossification kind of deals with any problematic creatures of Planeswalkers. We've got a bunch of basics. It's a super efficient removal spell, kind of enough said there really. Skyclave Apparition and Brutal Cathar. We're playing a split here because there are times when you want to hit big creatures that you can't catch with Skyclave Apparition, but obviously Skyclave Apparition also catches like non-land permanents. Both pretty good. Playing a split here with more Skyclave Apparitions in the sideboard. Redain is also a huge one, and again we have I think another copy on the board as well. 2 and a white for a 2/3 Flying Vigilance. No lands your opponent's control the battlefield taps. Very occasionally still comes up, but not really. The main thing here is non-creature spells your opponent's cast with mana value 4 or greater cost 2 more to cast. Whether that be Fires of Invention, whether that be Supreme Verdict, whether that be Storm the Festival. It hits a bunch of stuff. Has a flip side as well. Valkyria protects the shield. 3 and a white. If a source an opponent controls with the damage to you or opponent you control, prevent 1 of that. Occasionally is super useful. Versus red, that kind of thing. You might slam it on the back half. But primarily it's there to slow down our opponent's expensive non-creature spells. The mana base, very straightforward. We've got 15 planes. Obviously we're playing Ossification. 4 copies of Mutavault, a single Jenga, and then 2 copies of Cave the Frost Dragon, which can come over the top, do that last bit of chip damage. You have the manlands, like, hey, if you get Wrath, you'll still put pressure on. The sideboard then, we've already had a bit of a sneak peek at it. We've got 2 copies of Remorseful Cleric, alongside 2 copies of Rest in Peace, which means we have like 5 pretty nice 8 pieces versus Greasefang. We can actually also bring in the next card there, which is a Phyrexian Revoker. Obviously you can name Parhelion with that. Again, been over it already, but an extra couple copies there. There are some other matchups where like activated abilities are super important. Again, you can like get elves, you can get like Warcaller, you can get some of the other bits and pieces. Warmaster, sorry. Then we have Extractor Specialist, 2 copies. Bring back all your problematic 2-drops. Can bring back Selfless Spirit, which is also super awesome. Things like Thalia, whatever you're missing. Luminarch Aspirant, all these things are great. Can also come in versus aggro as well, obviously has lifelink. The 3rd copy of Redain, which you mentioned before. Obviously the Rest in Pieces for Graveyard Hate. 2 copies of Archon of Emeria. Each player can't cast more than one spell each turn. It's super important in some matchups. The reason why these aren't main deck is because it does hurt you a bit. However, most things like Fires, where they're trying to lock themselves into casting 2 spells, we can lock them into casting 1. Pretty nice there. Similarly versus Green, where they're trying to storm off, we can cut that out as well. And obviously the non-basic lands that your opponent control enter the battlefield types is also a huge ability too. So Archon's a really nice one. 2 more copies of Skyfire Apparition for the matchups, well that's really good. And then 2 copies of Settle the Wreckage versus Aggro. Settle is just going to take them by surprise and just kind of end the game a lot of the time there, which is awesome. Let's hop into some ranked games. If you're not ready, please do subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Closing in on 500 maybe, soon TM. But yeah. Alright, first match here with Death and Taxes. See what we're up against. Good to be on the play. Alright, here Thalia, Silver Spirit. Knight to kind of refill us. Card construction. I have a wonder if that's totally fine. We'll just lean it on the planes and move into like Mutavault Thalia. Oh, never mind. Secrets escape correctly. Gunpowder Growth tapped. I had to sort of assume this could be Angels. If they had a companion, then there are some Yorion decks and some kind of like Fires decks to play some Battle Growth, but yeah, there we go. There is in fact the Bishop of Wings. Giant Killer, not really the piece we want here. Sally isn't killing the Angels till far too late. We can maybe try and bait them in here. We'd like to clear the Bishop as possible. We'll see if they bother blocking. Not playing the third land is nice because we maybe don't expect the Django with the cost reduction from being legendary. But give them an oops, try and sell it. Don't know if they're going to fall for this. Oh, they're going to block, okay. Like, okay. Well. Maybe I moved too quickly. The Giant Killer's not likely to be rather than early. I think we just want to get it into play. Help us convoke out this Knight as fast as possible. And to help us find some interaction. The Thalia is slowing us down with the card construction, but it's also going to hit our opponent's companies. I don't feel too bad about it. Question really is, like, are they going to have like Resolute Archangel here? Okay, well, Elvish Mystic is okay. And then what's the follow-up? Okay, well, second Bishop is very dangerous. So the Mystic gives them access to 5 mana this turn. We have Redain, which keeps them off company for a bit longer. So what does that look like? We attack the Silver Spirit, play the Redain. Okay. I think that's the plan. You can keep it off for a bit longer. I think this is just the best thing for us to do. We could have not done 2 damage to get the Knight in. Maybe that'd been worth. I'll play the Django Axe. We've got the Risk Construction in hand. That's okay. Yeah, if they've not got Angels in hand, we can keep them off our company for a decent amount of time. Currently costing them 7. Okay, well that's gonna mess with our math a little. We need to make sure we're convoking with at least 3 creatures, is the other thing. Plains is fine, so the minute we're doing this for 1, I'm not that bothered about it. I'm pretty fine trading the Silver Spirit for the Redain. Currently, companies are going to cost them 7. This is, what do I want to Coco? This is Vigilance. Yeah, let's do this. I'll tap both of these, and then we'll get we hit. That's, no, I'm not going to tap the Silver Spirit. Give us the most open mana for this. Yeah. We'll leave Redeem up so we can block and stuff. Okay, second Redeem to double Scrub is not necessarily what we're gonna look for. I mean, we can play the Redeem on the other side, but hey. The other thing to keep, obviously we're looking for like a Skycap Apparition, Brute Cathar kind of effect. The Scrub is nice, it lets the Knight get through like the bishops for a bit as well. We can set something up with that. I get the feeling that hand must be full of collector companies, but we don't know that. Sure. Keep the new. Oh, you get the bishop triggers as well, actually. Yeah. Okay. Taking one here. Yeah, fine playing actual mana. Can no longer make this attack. Well, can-ish. No, actually, I want to like upkeep the Elvish Mystic just in case they have a land. Sure. I can still do this. Sorry, I just mute myself to cough. We're gonna go ahead and tap this now. I guess it doesn't actually make a big difference. But, hey. Because they'd be able to play their 6th land this turn, which gives them access to 7 mana, which lets them company. We do on upkeep and they can't cast it because I haven't played the land yet. There is the land. Actually super close to actually be able to cast. Well, they're actually not anywhere close to casting. Mirror is cool, but hey. That's fine. I'm just trying to think if playing this on the back half gets us some mid attacks. Right, now we can cast this for 2, which I like the look of actually. I think I'm just going to roll with that, see what we hit. We did hit double Brutal Cathar, which is what we're looking for, really. Alright. Let's go ahead and give this... Well, again, just make sure I can get 3. Alright. Maybe worth just attacking with it here. The thing is that we have to expect them they're going to have some kind of company style effects. They're going to cast one of them. But otherwise the hand is just full of nothing. It's possible their hand has just been full of lands the whole time anyway. This might be a slow set of matches. If it takes like if match 1's half an hour, I might just play the 1. They are tanking. They're in the tank. We've also got the toxic clock going down. The actual hard counter to the life gain. Love that. Got to see there's all their mana. What are they gonna hit? Now they could go into double Skyclave, which would be rough. I mean, this is okay. Just about. Now, I explicitly don't want to cast a spell here. You want to be able to try and double spell with this. And I'd like to get my Brutal Cathars flipped. I'm gonna attack with this. See what we look like. Sure, jump through some of the spirits. That's fine. This is why we were being a bit careful. Well, this is why we were scrolling through before. Alright, Valkyrie's tough. Okay. This is interesting. I don't know what the math looks like here. They have some big creatures either way, which is that's a problem. Do I have enough flying blockers? You can get the token out of there. I think that's fine. Don't want to trade a Selfless Spirit for the token. I can get everything, can't I? We're gonna kill one anyway. We don't need to actually. So, they get an angel. All these trigger. They get a much more life. Okay. Our turn. These flip back. We want to get rid of the Valkyrie. For sure. And I think this. Can we live is the question, I think. Because then the way that we win this, we're going no attacks. And... oh gosh. Right, well, boo. Boo. What we could get into. 2 angels. Let's gain them life, doing all the things. Yeah, I don't know if we can get over this. There's just too much coming our way. Yep. Any life? Only flying blocker. They have infinite life as well, which isn't going to help us. Alright, okay. 9. My turn. Okay, because I don't flip back. So we're at 10 attack, but we need this to be able to block with. And name respond an angel. Done. Right. Yeah, there are just too many things, to be fair. Coast LLC based angels. That's one way to go about it. With a blocker. Giant kill actual MVP here, and we're still like not quite dead, right? Here we go to 1. This is maybe the end of the road though. We don't know if they can cast a spell or not. Though, to be fair, if they can't cast a spell, we maybe have a way to get back in. What is this? Nah, it's turned off. Boom, we got him. Checkmate. You can give the Redain indestructible. Buy us a little bit more time. End up with a bunch of cards out of Brutal Pippas. If nothing else, very funny. Sadly it's colorless, isn't it? Yeah, sure. If we draw a... No, I don't think so. If we drew a spell here, maybe. Maybe we get there. I don't know, we need to top deck nothing. We'd be able to cast 2 spells, exile, what, the Resplendent Angel and this thing. And then be able to tap this, take 3 in the air. Yeah, couldn't quite animate the castle to block, or the cave to block and do that. Alright, well. Game 2. Yeah, this is going to be a one match video, I think. By the looks of things. So versus Angels. I think... By the time we get to settle, it's pretty awkward. It's fairly tough. I don't like the giant kill. It just assumes they're going to get to late game. But I think we can kind of go toe to toe with them in that. The Silver Spirits are not great. They're not actually defending us versus any of the things they're bringing in. Classifications are solid. Most Cleric also not up to much. Right into cough again. Alright, anything else to consider, Chaff? The Selfless Saviors are not literally the worst. They might be the closest thing to be on the chopping block though. Oh, and there is the Redain versus Company. Yeah, it's gonna be the Selfless Savior. We're going with this. The Revoker really isn't up to much. So they are playing Elves. I don't think there's anything here I'd rather have than the Revoker. Randomly get him. Alright, sure. And it does hit stuff. This kinda hits out mana elves. Hits Resplendent Angel. Did scupper their plan a little, but not in a way that ends with us victorious. Okay, this is fine. Obviously, we'd like to draw a 3rd land soon, and then a 4th, and then a 5th, or a 2-drop. But we're looking to, with this hand at least, be the... Okay, you're probably going to get to your thing, but hopefully we can kind of answer that. The Mystic is actually huge because it gives us a target for classification. I'm pretty happy to just run this out. So we don't lose too much tempo. We've got a Skeleton Apparition for their like 2 and 3 drop creature. Depends if they have Guider. So I'd probably still just Skyclave the bishop. 3, 4. I think given that we have a settle, I would rather do this. And try and build our board a little bit. Maybe hit something more important with the Skyclave operation later. In this matchup, we definitely want to be knighting with 3 Convokes, because we're really just looking for Brutal Cathar, Apparition, those effects. Okay, Valkyrie. Yep. There is still no reason to hand it to them for free, and we also want to progress onto the board with creatures. I don't feel bad about this. One, two. Yeah, okay. There's an element of like, okay, let your opponent play into the Wrath, but when them playing into the Wrath is like giving them like 40 life as well, there's a little bit more reason to stop them if you can. My turn. Okay, the Scroll is actually pretty nice. Scroll lets us go Knight here. I'll leave white open. They can't company yet. The mana from God has to be used for an actual angel. I need 6 actual lands. Okay, there's the attack. Sure. They're gonna pass back, or they're gonna... Yeah, second Valkyries. Mean. What am I thinking? I still kind of think we keep him honest, honestly. Yeah. I'm gonna use Skulls to protect them, the Brutal Cathar, so this is fine. Offer them a 3/3. I think these are all trades I'm happy to make. I'm trying to beat them down, try and keep them below 27. The things I'm saying about not letting them kind of like do their go wide thing until they have to is also a reason why Settle's not the perfect card for the matchup. Okay. Funny with like Tragic Arrogance. What's this going to target? There's M5, so they can company next turn. Okay. Ooh, the Ganjo helps a lot. Because we don't want to necessarily cast spells. See if they block this. If they block, then we will let Ganjo and then play out the Milk Aspirant. But okay. Attack you about it, they're gonna say no blocks, okay. Alright, we're gonna pass. That's gonna flip Brutal Cathar. So now we're in a position where we can settle and then into double spell to flip It's pretty powerful. I'm kind of expecting them to Coco here, because they just shot Temple Garden. Maybe they have 2/3 drop Angels, but the way they play this out doesn't look like it. Thing is, if they're just passing it back, and we'll play the Meatbot here. Two things. One is that I want them to Coco before we use our spells, so we have more information. Just Guide is brutal. Let's go with some chaos though. Can you make any blocks? No. Alright, so then the play from our side is Luminarch Aspirant, which we could have done pre-combat, but again, we don't know what's coming. We'll play the Skrelv. Keep the one that's active. There you go. And step comes, we'll exile the Valkyrie. Do I feel silly with the settle in hand? I think things just kind of went our way. And this Cathar's got a lot on its shoulders. If it never dies, we're in deep trouble. But ideally, we have like a one-turn window. Well, they're gonna have a one-turn window after this, so. To find something. We'll try it. Alright, that takes us to game 3. I think I like the way we've bought it. I maybe want to pop out Fenza for a second for Phyrexian. Reason being is that because Phyrexian Invoker always buffs our small creatures first, our team said to be fairly big to get through anyway. Maybe it's fine, but having a Invoker that's kind of like just pick off, like, being able to name guide is just let them down a bit, being able to name an elf if they've got one in play seems reasonable. I don't want to bring in the third one, because it is still pretty narrow, but yeah. Alright. Nice. Game 3. We're on the draw. I can only imagine. Double Skrelv, Giant Killer. Grand solid. The double Skrelv is a bit like a mulligan already, so I'm gonna ship this. I'm gonna... Okay, I'll keep 6 bottom on Knight-Errant. This is a powerful hand. But... Okay, always at the mercy of what our opponent's gonna be doing. Well, not always, but... Okay. Is the new big idea just to try and poison them? Is that the... It could be. Tapland. We draw a settle. Pretty happy. Like, if they spend their turn killing Luminarch Aspirant, I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna hit them here. I expect like a Angel into Company or similar. Ideally, we draw a line of the Redain. Are they gonna take the Luminarch? No. Okay, Skrelv too important. That is pretty fair. So we're stuck on lands. 1, 2, 1. No, it's not worth attacking. This is doing nothing else for us the game. And we get a 1/1 back. So, how's this gonna go? Right, no, that's fine. Come on in. Yeah. Alright, third land is nice. Do I try and bait the attack or not? If I try and bait the attack, well, two things I guess. One is that we get to Skycard pressure to something relevant. And if they don't Coco, maybe they have no attack. As we're going Archon Pass. I think I want to play one on our 3 drops, in which case we can kind of lean into the fact that we've got Collector Company a little bit. This minimizes some damage. The Rodans are better if we think that they have company, which obviously everything points towards them having company. Rodan's a little better if they don't, because it means the next time they go Rodan. We'll do this. I'll slow down the next few turns. Because they just can't go in response to the Rodan, so we don't get the we don't get to block it with the make it cost more ability. Sag. What do we hit then? They are making some decisions, it looks like, so could be good for us, could be bad for us. Two ways it can go. Pretty awful for us, is the answer to a question. Okay. Well, I would like a 4th land. I'd like them not to have another company. That'd be swell. I'd like them to not to have a Resolute Angel. Alright, Valkyrie's its own set of problems, but hey. This is to some extent more manageable. This is basically dead. Let's play into it a little. I don't know why I bought the 5 and not the 6. We'll just ignore that. Okay, I didn't draw the land. Why would I draw the 5? Put the 5 and not the 6. What made a difference? This blocks here, this blocks. Well, I mean, yeah, it does. They can have another Righteous Valkyrie, but give another Righteous Valkyrie. Now we walk our way around. On basic planes. This is not a basic planes. Well, we kind of messed that last setup, but it would not have made a difference at all. Unfortunate. BG's Angels. Right, well, that's been a very small sample with Dentaxis. If you want to see more of this deck, let me know and I'll play a bit more with it next week. Keep iterating a little bit, but I think it's pretty sweet. It's pretty good as the format. Angels can just beat up on stuff, but hey, yeah, hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, take care. Thanks for watching. Peace out.